It's back to school season and stocks are in the red. So let's read up with Jonathan Corpina about what's going on in today's market action. Jonathan, sharpen your pencils. Time to talk stocks.
Yep, back to work, back to school. It's time to put that vacation mode behind us and get back to the markets.
It sure is, and it definitely feels different. What a welcome after a holiday weekend to have the Dow up down 300 points. Is this because of that ISM manufacturing number in contractionary mode, or the yuan hitting a 11-year low?
I think it's neither. I think it's once again the headlines about U.S.-China relations moving in opposite directions, tariffs that were implemented today, the comments that are coming out that there is no date in sight for the next meeting to come and try to get to some sort of resolution here. So I think after the market run-up that we had at the end of last week with the end of the month and dressing portfolios a little bit, this natural sell-off coming back in this slow, shortened week was probably expected.
Dressing portfolios because, we all need those brand new sneakers for back to school. But listen, Jonathan, last week on Twitter, you tagged me with the rig count saying this is something we cannot ignore. U.S. rigs were a double digits lower again. Why can't we ignore that?
It's something that we have to watch, and I know that you've been watching that closely. 2 weeks in a row, I think it was down 13 2 weeks ago, 17 last week. Those are pretty significant weekly numbers that we're seeing there. As we continue to look at oil prices and the volatility that we've seen there, keep an eye on the rig count, I think is certainly something that we should be watching.
All right, we definitely will. We'll talk more about that next week when we get Friday's Baker Hughes. So putting oil aside, China trade talks, what else are you watching in September, Jonathan?
Well, it is back to school season, so that always helps the retail area in some shape or form. I know people have been doing some shopping for a few months leading up to this. Retail is an area that has had a lot of dark clouds over it and brick and mortar versus the online shopping. So it's going to be interesting to see this year with the market performing as well as it has been, and investors having extra money in their pockets this year, where that money is going, or hopefully the retail numbers get a nice little bump to it.
Yeah, exactly. And then we also have Lululemon reporting this week. Any particular retailers that are jumping out at you or that you're watching?
I'm a big Lululemon fan. I'm wearing my Lululemon pants today here. Interesting, in the exercise wear, that company and the other, additional companies that are getting into that same space. Lululemon, pretty much had a very good stronghold in that area. But as they've expanded into menswear and other active wear, it's starting to get a little competitive and get crowded in that space.